What's up, Laker fam? It's your boy Taylor back with another post-game recap. As the Lakers pretty much dominate from end to end, scoreboard doesn't really tell the full story, but we dominate the Wizards. Granted, they're a weaker team, but still impressive without AD, without LeBron, without Kuz, without Dwight. 123 to 116 Lakers, and very impressed, man. We flexed our depth for sure. Like this is one of those games where you see exactly what we've been talking about: our depth, next man up. We got a lot of firepower off the bench, guys. A lot of firepower. All right, J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters as advertised. That's why I was excited about adding both of those guys, man. Uh, yes, the officials have been trash. I agree with you, Odell. But it is what it is, man. We got to keep pushing forward. Look, with the firepower we have, J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters, man, are exactly as advertised. They are who we thought they were. And look, we dropped 124 points on without our main stars. Like that shows you how deep we are. So yeah, you did call it. You said Jared was gonna have a big game. I said sure if he gets minutes, which he did. So yes, absolutely. And Bubble Cheese and JR Splash absolutely killing it, man. You know, Neon Dion. But besides them, there were a couple other impressive players. Alex Caruso was dope. Efficiently dropped 17-6 and like 5 rebounds, like halfway to a triple-double, man. Very awesome. I thought Devontae Kaycock was sensational. I like what Talon Horton Tucker did out there on the floor with him when they were together. They had that G League chemistry, so both pretty much balling. And then KCP continues to be consistent, man. So you gotta love it. You gotta be excited. We're ready for these San Diego strippers, man. We're ready for them, and we're gonna take them on come Thursday. I can't wait, guys. Like we're geared up. And the worst part for them is they're not even gonna have Lou Williams. You know what I mean? They're not even gonna have Lou Williams. So he said Dan Kawhi is 1 for 12 and 0 for 8 from 3. Tough luck. He said Green had a better game today. Yeah, Danny Green is that guy, man. When he shows up, it's a wrap. But he said, Dan, I doubt JR in the beginning. I repent for my sins. All good. It's all good, baby, as long as you admit to your mistake. But look, I told you guys we got to be open-minded with these guys. Once Avery Bradley went down, I was completely open-minded to J.R. Smith, and thank God. Basically, we got somebody who's capable of going off for 20 or more on any given night. He still got it, man. He still got it. That's all I needed to see. We knew Dion Waiters was going to have it because he's young and athletic, but J.R. Smith still got his legs under him. He's starting to look better game by game. You got to love it, man. You got to love it. And the energy off the bench, how about Braun and everybody cheering? You got to love that, man. The chemistry is at an all-time high. It's amazing. Thoughts on Costas? Well, he's still raw. I like his potential. You see him block a shot, get a dunk here and there. He's still very raw. I would like for him when he puts his head down to be more fundamental because he seems to lose the ball often or just throw up a wild shot. But again, he hasn't got major opportunities to shine around the league. Like teams haven't really made it a point of emphasis to try to develop him. So as long as he gets opportunities, I think he can be better, man. I really like his athleticism. I like his defensive prowess as well and his motor. But again, besides obviously J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters, the one who has impressed me was Devontae Kaycock. He has a big motor, man. Nice little footwork in the paint. He finishes around the basket, and he plays solid defense. Same thing with Talon Horton Tucker. There was a possession where they switched off, and Rui Hachimura, who I believe was like the 7th or 8th pick, went up against him. He completely shut him down. It was awesome to watch, man. I really like what these kids bring to the table. Now, did they show enough to get some playing time now that the season's about to start on the Thursday? To be determined. Most likely not, because we have so much depth that you've seen the guard. Even Quinn Cook was balling. Like you've seen the guard depth we have. Like we have like 5 guards out there that could all score, put the ball in the basket, and so it's gonna be hard for Talon Horton or Kaycock to get into that rotation. I think Kaycock has a better chance just because we have less bigs than guards, but still. He said, "What's your closing lineup, Dan?" So great question, Odell. By the way, my closing lineup, based off of what I saw in scrimmages. I would still start Alex Caruso because we have plenty of ball handlers off the bench and JR and Dion. I like the way they were switching off and just taking turns just ISOing and doing their thing. Man, they even made really good. So I will start Caruso point guard, shooting guard Danny Green, small forward LeBron, power forward Anthony Davis, and then center JaVale McGee. That's my starting lineup. Off the bench, we're gonna have the 3-guard lineup of J.R. Smith and Dion, who could both play a little bit of point. They could both handle. And then you're going to have KCP and then the other one at the 3. So that's the 3-guard lineup. They could be lethal off the bench along with Kuz and Dwight Howard. So that's how my lineup is looking right there, man. How you guys feel? We're very deep, and I'm sure I'm leaving out some players. I'm sure we got to squeeze in Markeith Morris. We got to squeeze in a couple of other players. But again, credit to Rob Pelinka for the way he's built this roster and just gave Frank Vogel tons of options and tons of different combinations in the rotation to just play and tinker with. So absolutely amazing. You got to be excited, guys. If you ain't excited at this point and you haven't been watching scrimmages, you said, man, Dion was showing what he can do. He absolutely killed it. I told you guys, Joshua, I told you guys Dion was the real deal. People made fun of me when I said Dion could score. They say he's a hothead and all this and that. The talent has been there since Cleveland. It has been there since Cleveland. And J.R. Smith as well. I mean, obviously, J.R. Smith has had a longer career, but he's always been a talented individual. It's just that you need a leader to lead those type of men because, sometimes they could be like the headless horseman, just walking around with their head chopped off, all that talent, but no head, right? So once, their head is on their shoulders properly squared and ready to go, they're good. And like my man right here, I'm sorry, not my man, like Brittany said, Dion is clutch AF. Look, Dion Waiters is clutch. I've seen him hit some big shots throughout his career. So is J.R. Smith. But more than anything, they are not afraid to take those big shots. And when they get it going, when they get hot, same thing with Kuzma, they're hard to stop, man. They have good games. So, we haven't had players like these off the bench that can pretty much aren't afraid to take big shots. Frank Vogel's going to be able to put one of those in the fourth quarter, big game situations. LeBron or AD gets double teamed. If those guys are open, they will take and make big shots. You said Dion is just in his prime 100. I think so, yeah. This is around the age where, they reach their peak. But still, like I said, Dion is no slouch. He was balling in Miami, too. It's just he had that little run-in with his head coach and all that little drama. But, hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say. So he's our treasure. I mean, we got him for nothing. Rob Pelinka, he didn't do what the analysts wanted him to do, go out there and make a stupid trade away Kuzma for some role player, right? And instead, I said, if we can add without subtracting, like somebody like Dion Waiters, I mentioned it. Go back, check the receipts. That would be great. I also, we've been mentioning players like these that you can add without subtracting value from your team, and that's how you make a team deeper. And Rob Pelinka, man, congratulations. We got a heck of a GM. He says J.R. Smith has had a better career than Danny Green. Yeah, I guess you could say that as far as scoring goes. But Danny Green's a solid defender, and he hits big shots as well. We have more than enough veteran power to help, our superstars. So that's the best part. Like, we're not lacking in the experience and championship department. We got winners, and that's the bottom line. Even Rondo, winner. JaVale McGee, winner. They've all been champions. J.R. Smith, winner. The list goes on. Like, all these guys are winners. They're champions. They're hungry. They've been there before, so they know how to kind of navigate through that. You said Jared putting in that work. Absolutely. And not just that. He impresses me with his playmaking abilities. He's another guard who can get down in the lane and kick it out. Same thing with Dion, except I think Dion has a little bit more of a tunnel vision sometimes. He has a wide open guy, and he'll take the shot. But it's okay. We need him to be aggressive off the bench. I like that. Hey, thanks for the donation, bro. I appreciate you. My bad. He said, I like K-Cock, pure hustle player, 10 rebounds in 11 minutes. Absolutely. He had a double-double, guys. K-Cock, he really, truly is an impressive specimen. Now, the game's kind of going away from his type of gritty, grindy type players like the Kenneth Farieds and the, guys like that. But he can still make his mark with, especially in playoff basketball. Those guys, they're really good for close possession games. They get you extra possessions and stuff like that. Not saying he's going to play in those games, but you just never know. Foul trouble, injuries, anything can happen. That's called depth, baby. He said, we need dogs like Waiters and JR, and they are exactly doing that. The media doubted them like we just signed scrubs. Also, the Nuggets announcers were clowning us, dropping Daniels for them. SMH. Yeah, I mean, look, man, there's different types of announcers. And you guys know this. For those of you that have League Pass or follow the streams, you know that there's two types of announcers, and I can't stand the other one. The type of announcers I can't stand are the ones that toot their team's horn and they don't keep it 100 regardless. They're acting like Troy Daniels is like a all-star type role player or something. Like we let go of Jamal Crawford or Lou Williams or Dion or something like that. Look, as good as Troy Daniels is, he's a one-trick pony. He could just shoot when he's wide open. He can't put the ball on the floor. He can't defend. He can't attack the basket. One-trick ponies get eliminated from the playoffs, meaning players that only do one good thing, you're in the scouting report for 7 games potentially. that skill set gets removed. You need to be able to get players that do multiple things. That's why I was okay with the Lakers cutting Troy Daniels, even though he's a good shooter, right? We have plenty of shooters that you can see, but our shooters not only can shoot. J.R. Smith can not only shoot, he can put the ball on the floor, attack the basket, penetrate, kick out, and play defense. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge upgrade, you know? Yeah, Troy's nice, but he's a one-trick pony. So we nice, bro, and people don't see it, that we are a deep team. No, they see it. They definitely see it. They just don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit it. He's a KCP, Dion, Caruso, Kuz, DG, J.R. Smith. Any one of these dudes can be our third man on any given night during the playoffs. Exactly. That's why we don't have a designated third person, because we're so deep. Whoever's hot. And that's what Frank Vogel has been preaching. You know, whoever goes off, that's who's going to get the minutes. You saw tonight, J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters were going off. He left them out there for the fourth quarter to reward them. He could have yanked them out the game, but look, these guys are closing games for us off the bench. That's huge for our bench confidence. We dropped, like 70 points off the bench? Absolutely killed it. And normally I don't go to stats during preseason games or scrimmages, but just to show you guys how good our bench is. Look, KCP, you know, he didn't shoot too much, but he did solid in 18 minutes. He played his role. Markieff Morris dropped 6 points in limited minutes. JaVale McGee, 5. Danny Green, 13. 17 for Alex Caruso, like I said, with 5 assists, a couple of rebounds here and there. Dion Waiters, 18. On 8 of 17 shooting, that's very good for a guard. That's close to 50%, exactly where we want you. Quinn Cook had a nice little quiet 12 points. Then J.R. Smith with 20 on 6 out of 9 shooting and 6 for 7 from beyond the arc. Lights out for that man. And, of course, Kostas with 3. Talon Horton Tucker with 3. And Devontae Kaycock with 11. So that shows you right there how deep we are. We didn't have our 4 main players. So that's what we did. He said, Dion had 6 assists. See, that's another little statistic right there. That's what I'm telling you. They can do multiple things. They're not one-trick ponies. So if their offense isn't, falling for that on that particular night, they can do other things. They can adjust to the game, and that's what you need out of your veterans. I see someone on the couch in the back. Hello. He said, I told y'all J.R. Smith is a shooter, sniper. Absolutely. He's been that his whole career. He hits huge shots. Huge. He said, we went into chip. Our chemistry is there. We stacked. Chemistry, leadership, veteran experience, and talent. That's the most important one. And coaching. So there's no such thing as a perfect team. Every team has some sort of flaw, whether it be a small one or a big one. But we're close to perfection. I mean, you know, we check off all the boxes as far as the championship contender and favorite. Shooting, check. That's something we struggled in last year. But this year, plenty of shooters. Plenty. So, again, hats off to Rob Pelinka for that. Defense, double check. We got the best defensive team in the league when we're locked in. Offense, if we can drop 124 without our main 4 players, check. You know, check as heck right there. And then veteran leadership, check. Coaching, check. Everything, all the boxes are checked. So, you know, eventually you're going to start seeing the narrative start to switch up. We already seen Skip Bayless switch up today and say there was no way the Clippers were going to beat the Lakers. You know, the facts, but too little too late, Skip. We should have hopped on earlier instead of being a hater. You know, we've heard Stephen A. say, yeah, the Lakers look good. They're going to win it. You know, so that's, again, another he started with the Lakers and went to the Clippers and came back to the Lakers. And you're going to see that the narrative from Fox and other media outlets start switching up their picks, because that's what happened. I told you guys, everybody likes a new toy. Everybody was on the Clippers, but the Lakers, at the end of the day, we reign supreme, man. He said, Lou getting only a 10-day quarantine with no fines annoys me. Plus, the media dismiss it like it's okay for Lou. Imagine if Kuzma or JR did the same. Media and every NBA. Yeah, exactly. We'd be criticized. I get that. And again, the Lakers are the most hated franchise by everybody outside of LA because we destroyed their team. And media analysts, I'm sure they have favorites too, where they're supposed to not be biased and all that, but they have favorites. And so they dislike us as well. Most of these people are from places we've eliminated. So it's all right, man. They hate us because they ain't us. We the greatest, man. There's no debating. And I could keep barring it up, but at the end of the day, look, Lakers, number 1, everybody else, backseat. The Dion got it out the mud. Absolutely beast. The Dan, I'm not even worried about the Clippers, just trying to take it game by game. Oh, yeah, nobody's worried about the Clippers. No, nobody. He said, Do you think Vogel is going to figure out a way to get Kuz more touches during the playoffs, especially while AD and King James is on the floor? Somebody commented this earlier. They said the ball's going to find a hot hand. Whoever has it going, that's going to be the third option. And I agree with that. I've always agreed with that take. No pressure. It's called no pressure basketball. And with good chemistry, you have that. Look, the ball is moving. Guys who normally don't pass are passing the ball because they're buying into what Frank Vogel is selling and what LeBron and everybody else is buying into because of the good veteran leadership we have. So at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. Look, I'm going to tell you this. On some nights, it's going to be Kuz, and I can't wait for it. On some nights, it's going to be JR and Dion. Can't wait for that. Other nights, it's going to be Danny Green, KCP, or somebody else from left field. It might even be JaVale. JaVale has had some pretty good games this year as well, where he drops like 20 and like 11 rebounds and 4 blocks. Yeah, if that JaVale shows up, it's over. Like Kenny Smith says, it's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. He said, what up, Dan? Can I get a prayer, brother? I got some fam with the virus, and I'm jobless, just trying to remain positive. But at least the Lakers won. Hey, man, big time prayers up for you, man, and a virtual hug, brother. We've all been there, man. I hadn't got my stimulus check for months. I was struggling, eventually it gets better, my brothers. Prayers up for you and yours, so, man. Hopefully you're able to find a job and find that success you need. And yes, the Lakers are here to uplift you as well. But we all family, and hopefully everything gets better, bro. Good to see you, by the way. He said Lou Williams acting like he couldn't get food delivery. Nah, man. Everybody knows what Lou Williams. Everybody knows Lou Williams rep with the 2 girlfriends and all that, man. So I just think it's funny. He tried to come at Perkins like he said, if I see you, it's just ridiculous. Like, come on, bro. You're a little guy. Don't stop. And Perk said, you out of my weight class, little fella. So it's funny beef, man. It's all a distraction. If I was Lou Williams, I'd be like this right now. That's what he needs to do. Just accept your fault, take your criticism and punishment, and move forward, man. That's what the best of the best do. Everybody messes up. He said, Dan, have you noticed that McGee has made the most of his 3-point attempts? Yeah, he was working on it all summer long. His shot looks a little wonky. It's like it looks like one of those glitched out, broken 3-point forms from NBA 2K, but it goes in. And again, if we have a lead and he's wide open, I see why he shouldn't take it. The only time he shouldn't force that shot is if the game's on the line and, LeBron James or AD can take the shot and we're early on the shot clock. Now, if it's late and he's open, take it. But other than that, yes, JaVale McGee, he's fun to watch. He's fun to watch, man. He's a character for sure. The whole team is fun to watch. And he said, us Laker fans, remember when we were down and everybody was clowning us? Well, it's payback time for those fools. Exactly, Jameson. And I told him, man, in the great words of Wheezy, man, they try to kick us while we down, we're going to break their leg. So that's exactly what happened. Like, we were just rebuilding, which is perfectly normal. Every team goes through a rebuild. Unfortunately, we lasted a little too long because we had bad management. And, obviously the front office wasn't doing a good job back then. But, man, did Jeannie Buss redeem herself and by hiring Rob Pelinka and Magic. Well, we can't forget the credit Magic, man. He helped us start everything by landing LeBron. So no matter how you want to discredit him, remember this. Who you have matters, recruiting. And Magic Johnson got the wheels turning for us. Because before that, we couldn't even get a meeting with Carmelo. Carmelo, for God's sakes. So that just shows you how bad our front office was. And Jeannie, she made everything right. So, again, man, shout out to her. Much love to Jeannie. We love Jeannie Buss here in L.A. She's for sure is the Lakers empress, and she continues to put the team on the map, hopefully for years and years and years to come. He said Magic Johnson trained Jeannie Buss. Nah, man, her heart was always in the right place. She just didn't want to fire her brother. Anybody who's worked with a family member knows how hard it is to like have to do the right thing for the business over the family member, especially when that family member is not producing or he's a nuisance or he's in the way. That happens. He said, Dan, they should make home court advantage with the screen crowd. They did today. I could have sworn I seen in the start of the game some screen crowd, but maybe they had some technical difficulties because I didn't see it towards the end of the game. But I could have sworn I seen that, man. I could have sworn. But I'm excited, guys. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Thursday. It's going to be so fun. Make sure you guys join me here for pregame, man. I'm super hyped. My cousin just texted me. He was like, hey, man, who you got on Thursday? He was trying to bet. he doesn't watch basketball too much, but he was trying to bet. I told him, of course, Lakers, of course. But yeah, man, I'm super hyped for it. Super, super hyped. He said the new starting lineup: King, James, AD, Kuzma, Caruso, McGee first. Rotation: JR, Dion, King, James, AD, Kuzma. Second rotation: JR, Dion, Dwight Howard. That's not a bad lineup right there. AD, Kuzma, Caruso, McGee. But I think based on what Kuzma has gone with, I'm sorry, not Kuzma. Coach Vogel has gone with. It's gonna be the lineup I told you guys. I believe it's probably gonna be KCP, but it should be Caruso over KCP. The rest of the lineup is perfectly fine. He said, yo, if the Lakers win it all, we get in a virtual Laker parade. Oh man, that'd be cool. That'd be so cool, man. If we look, I want the real parade. But all I care about is winning. That's all that matters. We're gonna probably win multiple championships, so there will be another chance for a regular parade. But yeah, that would be sweet, man. Just as long as we win it, I don't care if we have to do the virtual parade and then postpone the real one for later. Whatever, safety first. But as long as we win, man. He said, now it's on to the regular season. Yep. You think AD plays Thursday? Absolutely. Everybody was just rested out of precaution. You shouldn't be playing. The Clippers are ridiculous for playing their guys right now. God forbid anything happens. We want them healthy to smack them around. But yeah, I wouldn't do it. I don't know. Doc Rivers is weird for that. He said, okay, you're right. He said, we should make a Zoom parade when the Lakers win. Combine all the Laker accounts together to make one big celebration. That would be dope. I'm not very advanced in the technology department, but if somebody explains it to me, like I'm still trying to figure out how to do reaction videos, how to get like the split screen with the video playing in the background. If I figure that out, I'm gonna do reaction videos to all kinds of stuff, man. So y'all gonna have more content on here. So get used to this mug because y'all gonna see me more around. But I haven't figured it out. I haven't had time to play with like the program and stuff like that just because I work. But man, Dan, you have to do calls all night when we win. There'll be select nights because some people don't like calls, so I have stayed away from them. But there'll be select nights where I will definitely open up the phone lines and it'll be fun, man. It'll be fun. I'm gonna have you guys vote if you guys want me to read the comment section because I feel like you guys get more involved with the comment section sometimes. When people call, like a lot of comments get ignored by me simply because I'm dealing with the caller, right? Which I don't mind. But some of you guys, obviously, y'all need to get heard. So I get it, man. He said, remember the Clippers said they wanted to win a championship for Kobe? Yeah, come on, man. That's a reach. That is a reach. Like, stop using his name for your fame. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to earn fans by using his name. That's blasphemy, man. Everybody knows there's only one team that can win it for Kobe, and they wear purple and gold. So everybody knows there's only one team in LA, really. We don't see the other team. To me, the Clippers are like the San Diego Strippers, they're like a volleyball beach team. You seen the logo, right? They're like a clown show, man. Somebody go to Payless, get them some size 25s because they could be wearing some clown shoes walking around the way they act. And have you seen those corny? Every time I'm driving down to Downey or to visit my family in LA, I see those corny, cringe ass what do you call them? The billboards. The corny, cringy billboards in the background, but I'm just like, what does that even mean? Like, I forgot if somebody can remind me what they say, that'd be great. Like gnarl over style, like I don't know, it's weird, bro. Like it resembles how corny and cringy they are and how they try to buy everything with money. Like you can't buy fans, man. You can't buy us loyal fans. They might buy retarded fans or excuse my language, ridiculous fans or stupid fans, but they can't buy real Laker diehard fans. We bleed purple and gold, man. If they executed me tomorrow, purple and gold's gonna stream out. Like if I got my head chopped off, it's nothing but purple and gold coming out. So they just you can't. Try buying something else. Buy another arena in another city. Seattle's starving. I'm telling you right now, Seattle is starving for an NBA team. If they want a real fan base, not like the losers of LA, the misfits of LA, then go to Seattle. You'll get a very loyal fan base there. They've been dying for their team back. Seattle Slippers has like a great ring to it. What do you guys think? Seattle Slippers, something like that. Seattle Strippers, I don't know. But like there's so many other options. Why are you trying to steal our shine? It's never going to work. You're always going to live in the shadows. It's like, what I'm saying? It's like Dodgers versus Angels. Nobody sees the Angels, man. Nobody sees the Angels at all. Like, to me, they're always going to be the Anaheim Angels. I don't know why they changed it into LA Angels. Like, stop it. Dan Skip said the Lakers are beating the Clippers. Yeah, I know. He switched up. We talked about it. We talked about it, man. And yeah, we knew they were going to switch up straight up. We knew that was going to happen. So, but I'll take a couple more questions, man, before I get off. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my evening with my family. Haven't ate yet, man. I woke up late because I worked last night. So let's see, a couple questions. I'm taking the next questions that come in right now. He said, I want the Lakers to blow out the strippers. Hey, yo, no homo. He said on Thursday by 30. I feel you, though. Absolutely, Frederick. We want to destroy. He said, rest in peace to the King Kobe, always. Absolutely. Seattle Supersonics. I guess, yeah, that name could come back. Shoot the Flippers, always be little brother and the JV squad. Now, they're not the little brother, man. They're definitely not the little brother. They're like the stepchild that nobody likes. Like, I don't know. They're like the stepchild that turned into a serial killer and is just like horrible to have around. That's what it is. He said next week we know Skip will be wearing a goat mask. That would be funny, bro. I'll pay to see that. Dan, what do you think of the Lakers will go in the 8-game season? Like, what's the number? I say 6-2 because there will be a couple games when we rest our starters. So I give us 6-2. That's my prediction. Dan, would you pull the trigger on this trade if it was an option, LeBron for Lillard? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I told you this. I told you guys this before, and I'll tell you again. LeBron is a champion. He wins championships. He'll continue to win championships, and we're a loyal franchise. You win championships for us, we keep you, bro. Especially when you're the main piece. I see what you're saying. Like Lillard has more years, but nah, man. You gotta stay loyal to the ones that bring trophies to your city, man. Absolutely. And we're gonna retire LeBron. But anyways, guys, it's going to wrap it up for me. Great questions. I appreciate everything, man. Have fun with you guys. That's always on the post-game and pre-game. I'll see you guys right here on Thursday, man, for pre-game. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to drop that like, sub if you already haven't joined the family. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Go Lakers. Let's beat these San Diego strippers coming up on Thursday. All right, fellas.